Well, hello, man cavers. Where are we today? We are in the deepest Norfolk near Watton, and we are doing a upcoming auction of some extremely unusual tractors like this Lance Hollandoff. There we go. So yes, some very unusual tractors here, but before we look round these tractors, and we'll get some of these running, we'll have a look at some kelter in the sheds. Ah! Well, man cavers, we're going to start in the sheds, looking at loads of kelter before we go out to them tractors. And that, there's a couple of very rare French micro cars as well. So the kelter, we have old anvils, there's some steel, there's some hoses, offcuts. A lot of very useful bits here, and you know, man cavers in for nuts and bolts. We have some lovely steel storage here. Plenty to be doing, plenty to be looking at. There's some more storage here, more bits and pieces, and we do have a lot of tractor spares up this end. There's some nice generators, look. Don't look like they've done a lot of work, and I'm assured everything runs just as it should. We have some good MIG-tronic MIG welders there. I assume these are single phase? Yeah, these are single phase machines. Absolutely lovely. So loads of bits there. Oh, there's some wet and dry. You can never have too much of that. Yeah, there's some wheels in there. Kubota, I think he said. Kubota wheels. That's very nice, isn't it? Well, look at this, look. We have a good David Brown block. Put some liners in there. You're well away. There's a complete Brown engine here. The sumper's off, but it's all there. And I believe the rest of the David Brown is in here. There's nearly enough here to build up a tractor. There we go, look at all these bits. We've got the dash tar, alternators, starters, air filters, seat pans, lights. There's pistons, there's a sump block, there's wheel centres. Pretty much enough to build a Brown in here. There you go. And I was told most of this stuff is okay. Starters and dynamos all working. That is great stuff. We got some more bits. I just got to come round the back here. Wait, bear with. Right, we're back out. We have some inner tubes. There's some tool storage, workbenches. There's some benches here. Trust me, there are more sheds to look in. Tractor wheel. We have some more storage solutions here. Lovely pair of air compressors, or an air compressor and an air tank, and a whole wall of chain. All this stuff will be lotted up, and I think out in the field, or out in a big shed actually. So yes, everything will be lotted up. Excellent. And then there's more workbenches, pallet trucks, ramps, and there we go. Right, I think we need to move out into another shed. Ah. So we're coming past this milk wagon. We will see that in a minute into this shed. And we're going to start, well, we have a trailer here with a Karcher diesel steam cleaner, all working okay. Now something a little bit unusual, a Lincolnshire dealer's cart, trader's cart, whatever you want to call it. I've never seen one that's got a tipping mechanism, look. So these timbers come up over these pins. You take this wooden pin out and that'll tip. And I believe this 4x4 drawbar is original. A lot of the wood is original on here, and what isn't has been patinaed just right. Look at the wear on the inside of this, but still rock solid. Absolutely lovely. And there's a seat in there, what the gentleman's grandkids used to ride in, but that's held in with half a dozen Phillips screws, easily removed. But what a lovely old cart that is. All timber. Let's have a look under the side. Look, there we go. That is a lovely, lovely old cart. And I have noticed everything here has got good tyres on. That's a big thing. Bit more modern. We're going chalk to cheese here. We have a 14-foot IFA trailer. She's beautiful. She's the twin axle. She has got the inbuilt ramps in the back. I believe these loading ramps are going separate. but they're sort of extra length ones if you've got something quite low to get up on here. But this does come with standard ramps. In this box here, there's also, I noticed, there's a nearly new winch in here. Look at that winch. There's a big electric winch in there that's barely done any work. I think the guy said that's probably loaded a dozen things and that's it. So yeah, lovely, lovely IFA. Here we have a Shanky trailer. She's got the jerry cans. Again, all good tyres on it. Yeah, everything's nice here. There's a container got to go. There's a couple of old mixers. I assume we've got a pet of diesel in this. Can't see. No, we'll get to that another time. These will have probably diesels in them. They don't look big enough to have Lister Ds or anything. There we go. We got some loading buckets. We got some bricks. We got some flue. That lovely little potbelly stove there for your shed. Perfect for them man cave nights in the shed. There's a load of box section here. Look, this used to be a sectional building, inch by inch. Quite a bit of it. Yes, so there are bits and pieces. I mustn't show much. Then we have here, we have some brown bits, spinal drive units, gearboxes, heads, there we are, and a lovely little 16 horse Westwood. That is nice. Cutter deck's gone, but perfect little garden tractor. Put a ball on that, you could shunt your caravans, anything about. And then we have a little trailer with an IBC tank. Again, everything's nice here. Everything is nice. Right, we need to head outside. There are plenty more sheds. Right, we're coming in this shed. I think this is a bit more of sort of timber, some general building supplies, bits and pieces. But the crown of the jewel in here is a lovely bomb trailer with the bomb hoist. Again, good tyres, everything's looking good. Stuff here is really nice, and all the tractors do run as well. All of the tractors do run. So yes, this lovely bomb trailer. Look at the engineering go into making these bomb trailers. I don't know what sort of weight they take. I'm guessing, I don't know, good 2 ton I'm guessing. But yeah, just look at the size of these. Very nice things. And it's nice to see ones complete with the hoist. That is good. There's some machinery here. Some bits and pieces. Saw benches. There's more bits and pieces. There's some scaffolding. Ignore the tractor in the back, that's not for sale. And then there's a load of pipe fittings. So yes, this will all be lotted up. And it will be up in the next sale. Right, I think we need to come outside and we'll get in another shed. Right, we're out here with a very early. We got Ernie's milk float here. He pulled the fastest milk cart in the West. He had his little seat with his little box. He put his shekels and his receipts in there. You've got the milk churns all ready to hook up to Dobbin, and off you go on your milk round. There you go, retro milk round. Then we have a lovely little pig trailer. Isn't she lovely? We don't quite know what this is, but it's all original. It has the board, and it's got a plate saying it carries 600 weight, so you could get a half decent sized sow in there. Isn't she lovely? Here's the spec plate on her, look. So there you go, look. It's an Asker and she's 600 weight with a drop down tailboard. What a lovely thing. And then, now these are very unusual. You don't see one, you see two. These are Arola micro cars used by the in Paris for the civil servants, and they used to run around the streets doing their work in these, whatever. And these are excellent. There's two of them. I must have a little sit in one. I see. Oh, look at this. There we go. We can shut ourselves in. Now we sit in the middle. We have the little steering wheel. It even got a roller on it. There we go. These are about 50cc 2-strokes. The engine's in the back. I like the slidey windows. And you never see these. But these are both road registered with V5s. And they are both running and driving. In fact, they was run and drove to get out of here. So yes, they are running and driving. You can see the little engines in the back there. Look at that. You're basically little moped engines. Absolutely phenomenal. It's rare enough to find one, but then when you find two, it is, yeah, quite exceptional again. And these are all as original as can be, but also slightly sort of, you know, these are really nice. They haven't been over restored. They look just how they should be. Really nice little things. This side's unlocked. These are all electric start. I say they have V5s, logbooks, and one's an 80 and one's a 79. So I believe now they would be tax and MOT exempt. So all running, but these are in really nice condition, and they are extremely unusual to find in this country. In fact, I don't think there's too many left at all. I've certainly never seen one, but people in the microcar community will probably have some idea of what they are. But yes, very nice little things. Right, I think now we're going to move on to probably some tractors. We'll be back in a minute. Right, we are starting the tractors with this very unusual Lance Hollandoff 1954, I believe this is. Again, all running, all driving, comes with logbook, and as you can see, everything has all got good tyres, all ready to go. These are really nice. These were all started to be driven out of here. And there are some very unusual tractors. If we just look up that row briefly, there's some unusual tractors. So she don't have the 3 points, she's pre that. But again, all ready to go, and I think it has been on several rallies over the years. So very good. Beautiful thing. Some of these we will have running in a little while, so stick around. And then we have something a bit more different. A Stevens aircraft tug. Post-war, and we're pretty unsure of how many there is left of these, but we don't think many. I believe Duxford Air Museum's been contacted, and they don't have a register of any of them, so these are very, very unusual. But again, it's up, running and driving. Just look at the build of it. Extremely well-made machine. Very, very strong. Even got some lovely shell cans in the back there, look. Shell jerry cans. Again, all on the road, registered, logbook. So yes, there is some lovely bits and pieces here. Something a little bit more down to earth, the B275 International. Again, lovely tractor. Lovely tractor. This, to say, some of these will be running a little while. All of these tractors do run. They were driven out here. The gentleman's selling his collection, so that's the only reason these are going. Basically, selling the collection, and yeah, there we go. We have a little 30D David Brown. Again, nice, lovely, original looking tractor. So what I like about this stuff, none of it's over restored. It looks absolutely spot on. There is some really nice stuff here that's not over the top. It is very nice indeed. There we go. We have some more unusual tractors as well. When we get round, we're just having a look round the 30D. And then we come on to one of the nation's favourites, the good old little Dexter. We've all seen a Dexter before. But again, it's nice. It's got a beautiful look about it. Would grace any rally field. Perfect tractor for a beginner, an enthusiast, or a Dexter fan. There you go. Perfect tractors. And then we have a bit more unusual. We have a Crop Master, but it ain't just a Crop Master, it's the Super Crop Master. There we go. I believe this is petrol paraffin. This one's petrol paraffin, which is nice. I say, which ones of these we're going to start? I don't know, but some of these will be running in a little while. I like how you've got your 2 seats there, so you can have your sidekick sit beside you. You get Mrs. Man Cave hawking on that lever. That there you go. Get all kinds of things. That's really nice. You've got a nice framework on the back there. And then we have a Fiat here. Let's have a look at this Fiat. Yes, this one is a Fiat Samica. This is very different as well, isn't it? Slight touch. That's got a slight sort of Fordson Major front grille. That's very different. That's 2-cylinder diesel, and this is, yeah. You can see there's the plate for it. You can see there's oh crikey, yeah. She got a splitter gearbox. I look like you got a whole high and low range there. It gives you 6 gears. That's a bit different. But yeah, oh yes, we have an international plate on there. But as you can see, this is a very unusual thing. I believe Simica, I'm sure I've heard of Simica doing limited run cars. Really not sure. We have another plate here. But if you're after something unusual, if you're after an unusual tractor, this is where you want to come, because we have another unusual one right beside it. Is this the one? Oh yes, this is very nice. Right, let's have a look at this one. And unusual we have with a Zeta 25R. Now then, this was built in a tank factory in Czechoslovakia after the war. And can't you tell, because boy oh boy, this thing, she is built like a brick outhouse. Yes, you can certainly tell it's built like a tank. Look at the thickness, the size of everything. So yes, the Czechoslovakian government pushed for these to be built in the old tank factory after the war. And that's where the Zeta 25N come from. Again, 2-cylinder diesel. I bet this has got a lovely note to it. There we go. Look at the size of the exhaust on here. Look at that for a silencer. Look, I bet she's got a beautiful beat on it. Again, good tyres, ready to go. Look at this 3-point linkage on here. That is, yeah, literally, you'd see this sort of build quality on a tank. Look at the size of that damn linkage on there. When you compare it to the little lightweight Alice beside it, we'll get to Alice in a minute. But yes, if you're after a Zeta 25, I do like how things like the original air filter glass bowl is all there. That's very nice to see. So often these things are broken or gone missing. It's nice to see. And this one has not really been restored. It's got a beautiful patina to it. Again, if you're after something a bit different for your rally field, this is a serious collector's piece. Very nice. Then, and another noteworthy thing with this is the engine has been rebuilt by the current owner. He has done the cylinders, the liners, pistons, conrods, crank. He went right through this engine and done a full rebuild after spending, well, a couple of years trying to source original OEM bits. So this has had a rebuilt engine. Like I say, it is ready to go. Right, we will move on to the little Alice B. We know all about Alice B's. I like the original oil filter on there. That's nice. It has the original with Alice Chalmers on. This is a later one, the Mr. Man case, because it's got the electric start. But lovely little thing. Nice little tractor. There we go. Again, it's all shod, it's all running, and it's all ready to roll. Again, all road registered. This is a UK tractor, doesn't have the bow axle, so she's nice, ready to go. We then have David Brown. Yep, we have David Brown Cropmaster. This one's a diesel, a little bit different. Again, lovely original look to it. It is really nice. There's a little utility box on there. All the castings are good, but I do like how all the attachments and all the controls are original, like the little plough light, simple little things, like all the little knobs are all original. The little Bakelite switch, the gear knobs, the controls, the choke, everything is original how it should be, right down to the toolbox. Again, lovely little tractor. and being a diesel, a little bit different as well. Absolutely lovely little thing. Again, if you're after a tractor for the rallies, there we go. Right, we'll have a look at the next one. Right, and here we go, another unusual one, a Hanomag R12. This is physically probably about similar size and sort of ratio to an Alice B, so it's a lightweight, and it's only about 12 horsepower. But guess what? She's blown. Look, the Beach Boys sung about this. Polished, ported, you know, breeched and bowed and do 140. But I don't think we're going to be doing 140. But she has a 2-cylinder, 12 horsepower supercharged engine. This is a very unusual thing. There we go. Hanomag R12. Oh yeah, the weight of it, 1450. So she's about Grey Fergie sort of size. Although she's got the 24-inch wheels. Yes, lovely. A very unusual little tractor again. Again, all registered up. Got the Nova, got the V5. So you're all ready to take this on the shows. And again, so many original features. Down the little rear light lenses have got lovely looks about them. They ain't been replaced by modern repops, the original German Heller lenses. This is a really nice little tractor. I say, not over restored again. It looks absolutely brilliant. Absolutely lovely. And here we have another unusual one, a Kramer KL17, an Austrian tractor from 1956. And what's different with this is it's air cooled. We'll have a look round her. She's got some nice tyres on her again. Again, lovely condition. Everything is really nice. So many original parts on this. Nothing's really been changed. I do like the 2 passenger seats on here, so you could have father and then the 2 little ones sitting on the mud guards. Absolutely perfect. There we go. So a lovely tractor again, and it's air cooled. How unusual is that? 2-cylinder electric start, air cooled. And I believe we can lift the bonnet up on this old girl so you can see. There you go. Have a look in there, look at that. Isn't that lovely how you can see everything on this little tractor? There we go, there she is with the bonnet up. There we are, isn't that a lovely thing? Say, oh, they've got a plate down here we can look at, say 1956 Austrian. Again, this is the UK road registered. It's absolutely phenomenal. This is a lovely little thing. One of my picks of the shows, this, because I do like the look of it. The Kramer KL17. Whether this one will be running soon, I don't know which one we're going to start, but we'll have 2 or 3 of these running while I do the last shed. And then we have a little old R25, David Brown. Very nice. You can't beat a little old David Brown, can you? She's a lovely little thing. Again, fully running, fully working, all ready to rock and roll. Again, the original parts on this is absolutely lovely. I do like the original parts. She's got the 3 points, she's got the big PTO on there. Lovely, lovely tractor. All ready to go again. Marvellous. Let's go have a look at this little bad boy. Right, here we have a French tractor, a Labora, and she is a 1-cylinder diesel. Again, we have the 2 passenger seats on the rear wings. Lovely. I say, electric start, 1-cylinder diesel. I reckon this thing sounds absolutely phenomenal. And yes, it does all run, it does all drive. These tractors were all driven out of here to go into this spot. So here we are. So if you want something again a little bit unusual, a Labora is on hand waiting for you. This sale will be coming up in a couple of months. So yes, be prepared. If you're interested in any of this stuff, you've got time, ample time, to go to Barry Hawkins' website and do your registering. This stuff will be catalogued up within the next 4 weeks, I believe. This will all be catalogued up and listed online, so you'll see more details. But there we go, the Labora. There. And then we come on to something a bit different again, an aircraft tug. David Brown aircraft tug. This thing has got such operated brakes on it that they are actually servo-assisted brakes. Because I believe this was used for towing planes and helicopters. Just look at this air tank on the back, which feeds brakes. And you've got a nice petrol can in there, ammo box, all stuff that would originally been here. Look at this for a hitch. I do like the pin. You've got about a 4-foot pin there. Absolutely lovely. So you can keep your tow rope tight, guys. You can keep it level. So if you've got something low, if you're pulling your Putch Maxi, you go on the bottom one. If you're pulling your Scammell truck, you go in the middle one, and so on. But lovely, lovely little thing. It isn't little, actually. It's quite a monster. It's amazing that a simple David Brown Cropmaster can be updated and beefed up this much. Still with the same engine, I believe, though. But it's all down to gearing, isn't it? And we have the same tow hitch on the front. This is a lovely thing. Again, all road registered. Beautiful, ready to go. Thing I like about this gentleman's collection is nothing is over restored. Everything has got that perfect look about it. It really has got a good look about it. And then we're on to a bomb trailer. There we go. The bomb is a replica. Do not fear, that's not a real one. So yes, as you can see, it's just a replica bomb, but the trailer is 100% original. What a lovely bomb trailer that is. I'm zoomed right out at the minute, so that doesn't look that big, but that thing's probably 12 feet long, excluding the tow bar. I mean, it's on 4 leaf springs, forklift wheels. We have some more dummies at the front, some more dummy bombs. We have some ammo cases. So we have the little trailer here, absolutely lovely. I do like this aircraft pull, this tug. It's still got dent in the bonnet. It's got a perfect original look about it. We have an original klaxon horn. Whoops, I just heard one of the tractors start. That's the very first one. We'll go and have a look at them in a minute. There we go. The gentlemen don't want to be on camera for security reasons and privacy reasons, and I perfectly respect that. So I'm not going to film these tractors starting because of the gentleman's privacy. But we will, now we're off camera, we'll come through and we'll have a look. Oh, that's the little green one going. Let's go and have a look at a Fordson. There's an E27 in here, I believe. Here we go. While he's starting them other tractors up. Beautiful, beautiful E27. You can't beat a good old E27. 4.3 litres of UK history. Extremely well made, extremely heavy. And this has got an extremely rare winch on the back. Just look at this winch. And this tractor actually lived its life in a barn on a timber yard. That's why the condition of this is so good. There's hardly any damage to the tin work, and this is all mainly original. Certainly no rust on this thing. Minimal damage to any of the tin work. It's got the winch. I say this was in a timber yard, and they used to take it out of a shed and they used to winch large logs across the yard to pull them in position before they could mill them. That is all this tractor has ever done in its life. Hence why the condition of this is brilliant. So if you're after an E27 and you want an unusual one with a winch in perfect condition, you'll be hard pushed to find a better looking E27 than this. It is a lovely, lovely thing. Not over restored, which is what I like. It's got a beautiful look. Absolutely lovely tractor. And this will have led the quietest and easiest life you could imagine, just working in a timber yard, winching logs. It's never done land work, field work. I believe the rear tyres are even the original ones. I'm sure he said these are the original tyres on the back from when the tractor was new. Right, let's go outside and let's see what we got started. I got mind I don't get the gentleman in. Oh, he's up that end. Here are the Arola micro cars again. We will be back to do another video on these, and I'm actually going to be driving one of them, so bear with that. I can't wait. Right, we've got the Lance here. She's going. Look at that. What a lovely tractor. Again, UK road registered. Running, driving, electric start. What a lovely machine. So we got the Stevenson, we got this International, we got this other David Brown, we got another tractor running up here. We have the Dexter. We have this Super Crop Master. We have the Fiat. And then we've got this bad boy. Just listen to that. Just listen to that run. This is the one I believe that's had the rebuilt engine, and you can tell. It ticks over like a Swiss watch. Just listen to that. And when we come around the back, zero smoke. Zero smoke out of that exhaust. Zero smoke. So yes, this thing has been rebuilt. Again, look how original things like the rear light lenses are. Beautiful. There's another one just started. The little red hammock has started. But there you go, and all these tractors run. We're not starting them all today. That will probably come in the next video. But yes, these do all run and drive, guys. We're going past, here we go. Here is this 12 horsepower supercharged. Look at this little bad boy. I do like how that's 12 horsepower, 2-cylinder, supercharged. She got the blower. That's lovely. There we go. And the Kramer KL17. What a lovely, lovely collection of tractors. All coming up for auction in a couple of months, guys. There will be another video on these nearer the time to give you actual auction dates, because at the minute that hasn't been set, but we believe it's going to be in September. So, we'll be back in a bit. Right, so there we go, man cavers. That is going to be it for this video. Like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And yes, we will be back with another video very soon. Hope you enjoyed this. Please, please, if you're a tractor freak, do not miss this auction. You will not want to miss it. Right, bye bye for now, guys.